Dear mothers of the Confraternity of Christian Mothers, welcome to our program today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Please, may we meet you?
I am Mrs. Amie Funmilayo, the coordinator of satellite itinerary of the Lagos Archdiocese Confraternity of Christian Mothers.
Wow. Ma'am, please, may we meet you?
My name is Asikpata Titilayo. I'm the current president of St. Joseph Catholic Church, K2 of Confraternity of Christian Mothers.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, please, what do you do?
I am a teacher by profession.
Wow. Okay, ma'am.
I'm a retiree from the Electricity Distribution Company, Lagos, as a senior manager in human resources.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am. So, as mothers, do you think you have a spiritual right on your children?
Yes.
So, how do you exercise it?
By bringing them closer to God, by praying for them, by teaching them about the way of the Lord, by educating them. The main objective of the Confraternity of Christian Mothers is the primary education of children by truly Christian mothers. By this, we do perform our duties as Christian mothers on our children.
Okay, so Mrs. Titilayo, do you agree that you have a spiritual right over your children?
Yes.
So how do you exercise that?
Every good mother has spiritual rights on their children.
Okay.
Because that's the way, as they grow, we too as mothers, we have peace of mind.
Okay. Okay, so when you exercise this spiritual right, you have peace of mind as you grow.
As the children grows.
Okay, yeah. All right. So our focus is creating avenues for self-discovery in the young, making them discover their talents, their abilities, their gifts. As mothers, what role do you think prayer plays in this formation?
Prayer makes the children to be conscious of themselves, so that when they go out, they will be conscious of the family they are from. They will be conscious of their spirituality, and by this they will not misbehave. It goes a long way to assist them.
Yeah, that's very right. Mrs. Titilayo.
Yeah, like if I should just corroborate what my coordinator has said, that is when parents too have to be of good behavior. Because when parents are good, everything will be invited in the children. And that's why the slogan goes that remember the children of whom you are.
Okay.
Because when the children goes out there, and because of the outreach of the youth exuberance these days, that slogan will always stick their mind. If my mother or my father should hear of this behavior, they won't be happy. So you see them be restrained from misbehaving.
Okay, so that means the actions of mothers plays a vital role in shaping the life of the children.
Yes.
Okay, now we know that St. Augustine of Hippo was living a wayward life, but it was his mother that consistently prayed for him. She believed that he will be converted. Now, if you have a child with wayward behavior, to what extent will you pray for that child?
We continually pray for that child until the child changes.
So that means you will not get tired.
You pray persistently for the child. You will not be tired, because St. Monica prayed persistently for St. Augustine.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, she reaped the rewards of her prayers.
Yes,
so mothers should not relent in praying for their children. Prayer changes many things, and surely they will change.
Now, what if you pray for a very long time, probably from when that child is a youth to when the child is married as an adult, and the child has not dropped that wayward life? What do?
You still continue praying for the child. Pray for the child, admonish the child, talk to the child. One day, the child will change, just as St. Augustine changed and became a saint.
Wow, that's very good, ma'am. So, Mrs. Titilayo, now with the outreach of exuberance of the youth, like you said earlier, youth of these days prefer the social activities, the spiritual programs. What do you do as a mother to balance this for your children?
Like I said, because of the happenings in the world, they say it is very difficult. But then it takes the grace of God for us to really shape the life of our children the way we want it. That is why, since the social aspect is always there, we can have a program of social activities whereby we now inculcate a kind of a spiritual talk or spiritual program into it. Like take for example, at times the church will just put up a program like this, a love feast. Then in love feast we have a lot of spiritual activities involved. The love feast ginger the youth. They always, yes, this is a very good program. They prepare so much for it. And we see that on daily basis there are different activities for them. They have the film show, which is a spiritual film show. And for those that really have the fear of God, you see that they concentrate and they gain from the film they've watched. We see that we have different adults or even their mates, those that are really having that coolness in them of spiritual growth. They come and present different talk to them. All this one way or the other affect them spiritually.
Thank you very much, ma. So, ma, apart from the church organizing spiritual programs, in your family, what do you do to inculcate the life of prayer in your children, apart from the church?
In my family, we have prayer time. Aside from in the morning, we have time we share the Bible together. We have time we look at the lives of children in the Bible. We have time we look at examples like Samuel in the Bible. Samuel grew up in the house of the Lord. I use Samuel as example. I used most of the saints as example. I used Esther as example. I used Ruth as example. I used all notable people in the Bible as example. And by doing this, it touches their lives. And you see them living their lives according to those examples.
Thank you very much, ma. So, with what you have said, your actions in the house and the spiritual activities you involve them in help to shaping their life of prayer, both in the house and outside the house. Thank you very much, ma'am. So, to the viewers out there, especially the youth, what is your advice to them?
Well, the world is global now, and a lot of things is happening out there. So the youth of today should remember that tomorrow they are going to be adults. Then when you grow as an adult, what do you want people to talk about you? Will it also even be pleasing unto you that see the way I've grown? That's why number one, they have to take their education. They are trade learning everything very serious, because that is their future livelihood. Then number two, their conduct. They too are going to grow, they are going to get married, have children. What will the children gain from them? Is it the wayward life or the spiritual life? Then number three, they should remember God. Whatever we do here on earth, a day will come, God will call us up there, and when the time of judgment comes, what book will be opened for us? Is it a book of welcome, my good child, you turn well over there? So I implore the youth to always think of the future and the world to come after this world.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Dear mothers, we have spoken on the good conduct of parents, how it affects the life of the children. But if I am not mistaken, in society today, we have parents who do not have good conduct, and this in one way or the other affects the life of the children. Please, ma'am, what is your advice to the parents and to the children?
Well, like they said, those that do bad things, they know themselves that this thing I'm doing is very bad. So first, for the parents, they should realize that the way they live in presence of their children, they are like a mirror to the children. Any children that is not really spiritually captured, we feel that the way of their parents is good. So they should now for us to have good future and have less terrorists. Let me just call it terrorists, because any child that is not of good behavior is a terrorist. And for us to have less or non-terrorists in future to come, such parents should take it upon themselves. If it is through prayer, or if it is those that attend church, they should call for their spiritual leaders prayer, that please, they don't know why they are doing these wrong things, that they should pray for them, because there is power in prayer. Then for the children also, most children that God gave wisdom, they know that these things that my parents are doing is bad. That's why you see some children say, Daddy, stop doing this. Mommy, stop doing this. I have a little boy in my house. I'm sorry to digress, there is a kind of rift between the, say, my mommy, come. Take a deep breath. Now say, Daddy, don't talk to her again. So you see that such child has a kind of will to control immorality. Let me just put it that way. So for such children, they can preach to their parents, Daddy, mommy, this thing you are doing is not good. I don't want to go out there and people that know that you are doing so things say, is it not the son of so person, is it not the daughter of so person? So with that, the children too can play a vital role to make their parents realize that this thing you are doing is not good. And if you don't want to change, maybe have elderly person that I will report you to. With that will curb up all those negative actions.
Okay. Mrs. Amie, please, what is your advice to the youth out there?
My advice to the youth out there is to shun all forms of illegality. Shun yahoo, shun cultism, shun whatever will not make you to end well. Shun every act of indiscipline. Embrace the spirituality of life. Embrace God. Embrace everything that has to do with spirituality. And at the end, I am sure you will not regret your life. Thank you.
Thank you very much, dear mothers, for coming for this program. Really appreciate all you have said. May God bless us all.
Amen.
Thank you.